Meanwhile, Municipal Auditorium will be rocking in Nashville tomorrow night. World-class women's basketball has taken over the venue.
They sure have. Today, we are here with VP of basketball at Athletes Unlimited, Megan Perry. Welcome in, Megan.
Thank you, ladies. Pleasure to be here.
Okay, we've got to ask. You guys have been going for about 2 weeks now. How has Nashville embraced AU?
Nashville has been warm and welcoming to Athletes Unlimited Pro Basketball. I think we've been really impressed by how the community has embraced professional women's basketball being back here in the state of Tennessee. And so we've seen record attendance surging in the first 2 weeks, and we hope to continue that momentum as we, embark on weeks 3 and 4 of our season.
Such a high energy game. Of course, Tennessee has such a rich history with women's basketball. Pat had Summit specifically out there. Tell us why AU came to Nashville.
Well, when we think about professional women's basketball, we understand, like you said, that rich history that exists within the state of Tennessee. And honestly, we thought there's no better match than Tennessee and Nashville, the energy, how you embrace the collegiate landscape. We think Nashville deserves an opportunity to have professional women's basketball here up close and in person. There's an explosion of demand, right, for women's sports and especially women's basketball, and we wanted to meet that demand.
And I love how the players have been out in the community, bringing in those kids to the games, inspiring them. Talk about that impact on the children and who they can meet when they're there at the game.
Well, I think Athletes Unlimited Pro Basketball does a really great job of bringing our athletes up close, in person. They're accessible. Our game experience, you're close in a way that you are not across other traditional venues and formats. And so we really embraced the youth. I mean, we had a kids' day last week. We brought over 1,000 kids into our arena. We love their energy. The players responded. And a bigger part of the Athletes Unlimited footprint is really impact, how we use sports to create positive change in the community. And so we had our first community day of giving where all 40 athletes were at different locations throughout the community, giving their time, sharing their energy. And we're excited for the community to show up for us and put their butts in seats at Nashville Municipal Auditorium.
That has to be so inspiring, especially for the little girls out there that want to do sports. Talk about some of these players that are out in the community, because I think some of them played for Pat Head Summit, and we know Cheryl Swoops is commentating. We love her. Yeah,
so on the court, you're going to see rich elite basketball talent, names that you're familiar with, names like Isabel Harrison and Dory Harrison, who are natives of Nashville. Also, Isabel Harrison attended Tennessee. Alicia Clark, WNBA champion, 6th Woman of the Year from Middle Tennessee State. Names that are familiar to this community. And then you're going to see young rising talent, names like Alyssa Peely, who was a top 10 draft pick in the WNBA, and many, many others. And I'll also say, not just on the court, but when we surround our court with talent like Cheryl Swoops, who's a color analyst for our basketball games, and you never know who you might see in the stands. We've had Becky Hammond come out, members of the WNBA family, as well as Cheryl Reeve, the USA basketball coach. So it's the place to be for sure, and we want people to come out and support us. It's auprobasketball.com. We play 3 more times this week, and then we'll play again next week, our championship week.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Yes.
Okay, we were wondering, because there was word on the street, is Nashville going to get a WNBA team? Because some big names have put their name on the ticket.
Well, listen, I cannot reveal my sources. I don't have those exact sources, but what I can tell you is that, listen, Athletes Unlimited Pro Basketball, we've been closely aligned with the WNBA. A lot of our games are streaming on the WNBA app in front of that paywall. They want the games to be accessible, so you can see WNBA athletes on our Athletes Unlimited Pro Basketball court. But we think the best way to show the WNBA that they're ready for a professional women's basketball team is to show up for professional women's basketball here and now. So I would say to Nashville, come out, get your butt in a seat, and show the league how you show up for professional women's basketball. And we know that the conversations will probably continue in their favor.
And those tickets are extremely reasonable.
Yeah.
I would say so. I mean, we have a great environment. It's a family-friendly environment. We want to make the games accessible. We want people to come out and support. I don't think that that's a barrier, right? As far as like what the ticket cost would be, we want to make sure that people are showing up and showing out. And so check auprobasketball.com. There's opportunities, a few more seats left. So get your butts out there and in one.
Love it.
Megan, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you,
Quick
ladies.
question, do you play?
I played back in the day, class of 2008, Cornell University. Go Ivy League.
Nice. I knew you had it in you. All right. Thank you so much. For ticket information and their schedule, you can find it all at auprosports.com/basketball.